Yesterday a Bloomberg article dropped and it looks like Unity is going to improve its runtime fee policies. They've changed the threshold now to $1 million instead of 200,000, and the fee is now limited to 4% of your total revenue. For some reason it's still install based, which I don't really understand. Why not just make it 4% of your revenue, similar to Unreal? I guess that doesn't really matter too much though. They also announced that's not going to be retroactive, which should have been an obvious decision. On top of that, one big complaint with their policy is that they would track downloads themselves. This has been a big point of contention for a lot of people. This system would have come with a lot of big privacy concerns. It also would have counted pirated installs and charged developers for these pirated installs, which is ridiculous. They would have had the power to just tell you how many installs you have, and no matter what, you have to pay that fee as well. All of these things are made worse because Unity just hasn't been transparent and developers don't trust Unity anymore. They backtracked on this too though, and now you self-report your installs, which is a big improvement. I think Unity is going to struggle to come back from this either way though. I think they've just lost a lot of trust with their community, and because of that a large portion of their community has moved to engines like Godot. People don't want to devote years of their life to an engine that doesn't have their best interests at heart. This policy change is great for my game Grapples Galore though, as I can now continue with the free-to-play model without any huge financial risks of being bankrupted. Switching engines would have taken years, and it's nice to be able to continue in Unity with a free-to-play model without taking any huge financial risks. One valid point I've heard mentioned a lot though is who's to say they won't just make the policy even worse in the future. They've already proven that they don't care about their community. What do you think about the new policy changes? Do you think it's an improvement, or is there anything more Unity should do? Also, there's a lot of news out there, so just let me know if I got anything wrong. As for my game's development, I didn't let all the Unity announcements derail me too much. I made a few shorts on my game's development progress before the Unity announcement. You know what I like in my game, Grapples Galore, though I won't get too into that right now, but here's a little list of some features I added for those interested. In essence though, I've just made a lot of quality of life changes and added some cool new content. One thing I've been struggling with though is my game's tutorial. I've ignored adding any sort of onboarding process to my game till now, and it's pretty hard to get right. I didn't want it to be too intrusive because the game's already pretty intuitive, and I want players to pretty much be able to play the game right after installing it. I thought about making an offline tutorial and training area initially, but as soon as I started implementing this, I realized how big of a task it would be and reconsidered. The next idea I had, I got a little further with. It started when I saw this old player model in my game files. I thought it was cool looking and decided I would reuse this model as an NPC I would place in every map. When you would walk close, he would introduce himself and give you some tips surrounding the fundamentals of the game. I even added interactions for when you shoot him, and a kinda stupid Steam achievement for talking to him. I still wasn't super happy with this though. What I ended up doing is just making a simple autoplay button. With this though, I did redesign the main menu and I'm really happy with the results.